Hello there. My name is Joanne Moss, and I am the Director of Marketing here at Standard Electric, and welcome to the December Hot Product video. Today, you get to listen to 4 of our partners and, well, 3 partners and 1 of our associates who will be telling you all about some great products. So let's start off. I have Ben Glady, who's here. He's part of Standard Electric, but he is our Brady product specialist, and he is going to tell us more about a Wraptor. It's the BRADY A6200. Then we have Mike Van Geen with HPS, who is going to tell us all about the passive harmonic filter that they have, followed by Dan Waxman from PULS Power Supplies. He is going to tell us more about not a power supply, but the PISA-B electronic circuit breaker. Is it PISA or pizza?
PISA.
PISA.
P-I-S-A.
I was hoping for pizza, Dan. Okay.
I'm hungry too.
And finally, we have Mike McManus with Wenglor, who's going to tell us about the P3 laser distance sensor. So without further ado, Ben, why don't you start us off? Tell us more about that Wraptor.
Awesome. Thank you, Joanne. So we have for the Brady Hot Product of the Month here in December, we have the Brady A6200 unit, a print and apply machine. Brady has released a couple print and apply machines over the years here, some larger units, but now coming in with a little bit more of a cost-effective solution to, not be so strapping on the wall here these days, especially with the holiday months coming by. But with that as well, the big thing here is that with cost-effective solutions, a lot of customers are leaning towards a self-laminating wire wrap rather than a heat shrink sleeve, as well as just that protectiveness of that self-laminating wire wrap going around that label. But as I know, and a lot of our customers know that, that process of doing that and labeling that wire or cable that you may have takes a little bit of time here. I got one in my hand and I'm going ahead and I'm going to apply it on that label here and then wrap it around. And of course, I went out and had Starbucks this morning and a greasy sandwich, and I got some of that grease under there, and it sticks under there and might not, have that perfect fold. And in a perfect situation, let's say it takes about 12 seconds to apply one of those self-laminating wire wraps to a label. So that's where this solution comes in here. Again, that smaller, more cost-effective solution here from Brady, the A6200, which this is being a print and apply machine. So we can go ahead and take your labels, your data from your engineering team, wherever that data is housed, fire that into Brady Workstation and print it to a label as well as applying it. So ahead, we're gonna go here and take this label, put it into the machine here, and it's gonna go ahead and print and apply that in about 7 seconds. So a pretty great solution, and as you can kind of see here, it's a perfect wrap. So you're getting a perfect wrap every single time there with this machine. And again, you're saving about half the time in that manual process of doing so. For your panel shops, wire harness processing facilities, anything like that, this unit fits in between that 3 to about 4 gauge wiring cable. This unit is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth driven, so you can have it as it is a pretty small unit here. We can go ahead and have that reside on a cart or whatever it may be to move within around your facility. But also I do have my PC here as well and have that plugged in via USB and drive the data via Brady Workstation. This unit is really that one-stop complete solution. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to your Standard Electric account manager or myself for a demo or even some pricing.
Thanks, Ben. Way to wrap that up for us. Thank you. And now we are going to turn to Mike Van Geen, who is going to tell us more about the passive harmonic filter from HPS.
All right. Thank you, Joanne. I'd like to talk today about Hammond Power Solutions passive harmonic filter. The passive harmonic filter is used on the line side of any device which changes AC to DC current. And primarily, this is going to be variable frequency drives, but it could be anything else, such as a charger, let's say, for an electrical vehicle. This conversion process where I go from AC to DC is called rectification. And anytime we have an AC to DC conversion, we create a lot of what are called current and voltage harmonics, basically sine waves that have superimpose themselves on a 60 hertz wave and cause a lot of distortion. These harmonics can cause a variety of issues within a plant. You might see them as fuse or circuit breaker tripping. Electrical equipment such as motors or transformers could be overheating or failing. And you're also going to see additional losses in components such as transformers and motors. The passive harmonic filter is designed to integrate in line with these sources, again, namely a variable frequency drive. And by mitigating the harmonics, we're going to be able to meet a specification commonly referred to as IEEE 519. And essentially, what that's going to do for your facility is we'll be able to take that circuit that might have 30 or 40% or more of harmonic distortion content, and we'll be able to mitigate that down to below 8% or even below 5% to meet the IEEE 519 requirements. The passive harmonic filters can also be used with a variety of other HPS products that are designed to improve your power quality, such as active harmonic filters, harmonic mitigating transformers, line reactors, and various isolation transformers that we have. And we can also demonstrate the effectiveness of our passive harmonic filters in our new power quality lab. And if you'd like to know anything more about our passive harmonic filters, please contact your Standard Electric account manager. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike, for telling us all about that. Now we are going to transition over to Dan Waxman from PULS, who's ready to tell us about the PISA-B electronic circuit breaker.
Thanks, Joanne. I'm Dan Waxman with PULS Power Supplies. Today, I'll be showing you the PISA-B electronic circuit breaker. Okay, the PISA-B is an electronic circuit breaker that's used to provide overload protection to 24-volt devices that are mounted out in the field, outside the control panel. So what's special about this product? Well, first of all, it's really flexible. It's got it's going to be hard to see without the LED array lit up, but it's got 8 channels. Each channel can be set up to act with 8 different trip points, okay? And each of those trip points can be set, each of those trip curves can be set to be fast acting or slow acting. So in effect, what you have is you have each of these 8 channels behaving as if it could be 16 different fuses. So that's a whole lot of flexibility right there. And it's secure. Once you settle on your configuration, you can lock it with a pin, and that way you're not going to have unauthorized users tampering with the settings. Another great feature of the PISA-B is that it's a nice space saver. Okay, this is much smaller than a comparable setup of 8 fuses or 8 circuit breakers, each with their own mounting accessories. It's all right here. You don't need all these different parts, and it's a lot smaller. The wiring interface, we have 8 plus terminals and 8 minus terminals all put together here. That makes it really easy to set up your branch circuit wiring out to the loads. With the other guys on the marketplace, a lot of them don't even include a single minus output terminal. So the electrical designer has to set up a terminal block to create these the 8 minuses and take their wiring from there. Hassle, a lot of extra space. And finally, it's easy to use. Once you get it wired up and running, at a glance, you can look at the LEDs and you can tell how heavily loaded it is. You can tell if it's faulted. And if it's faulted, you can reset it by pushing a button, or you can reset it remotely through the reset input. So that's the PISA-B. It's flexible, it's a space saver, easy to use. And if you'd like to know more, just contact your local Standard Electric account manager. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. I really was hoping you were going to show us a pizza, but we'll take the PISA-B instead. All right, and last but not least, we have Mike McManus from Wenglor, who's going to tell us about the P3 laser distance sensor. So, Mike, tell us. Take it away.
Thank you, Joanne. Today I'm going to introduce the P3 laser distance sensor for triangulation for object detection and distance measurement. The P3 uses what's called the triangulation principle, meaning that it's going to take the angle of the reflected laser back in the sensing receiver in order to accurately detect the distance and the presence of an object. The P3 includes AAA technology, which includes adaptive auto exposure, meaning that the sensor is going to automatically adjust to very reflective objects and very dark, hard to detect objects too as well. The P3 also includes active temperature control, meaning there's internal components inside the aluminum housing that are going to enable the sensor to adapt to different working environments, so that basically enables optimal performance. And then it also includes a spheric dual lens for optical precision. That optical precision includes 0.8 micrometer reproducibility with a 0.08% linearity deviation. So essentially, that's going to enable the sensor to detect very flat objects, very small objects with all different shapes, sizes, and backgrounds. There's many different parameters and functions within the P3 that you can enable. A couple that I'll mention are dynamic jump detection. So for example, if you want to detect an irregular height or distance, whether that be closer to the sensor or farther away, the sensor will detect that. And then also thickness measurement. If you have two sensors, you can continuously measure the thickness of an object without the use of an external analog analysis module. One fun fact about the P3 is you can actually enable the different functionalities with your smartphone with the Bluetooth capability using the Wecon app that could be downloaded on the Apple Store. The P3 is given in 32 different models with both blue light and red light, with working ranges from 80 millimeters up to 1 meter. If you have any questions, feel free to contact your local Standard Electric supply representative or go to wenglor.com/P3.
Thanks, Mike, for sharing us all that detailed information about the P3 laser distance sensor. I said that very slowly. I'm gonna have to edit that a little faster. Anyway, so thank you so much. And that's all we have for you for this December's Hot Products video. We appreciate you taking the time to watch it. If you are interested, if you look in the description below, you will find links to all these products and you can actually purchase them. And if you just want to know more information, just reach out to your account manager. They should be able to help you. So with that, we say Merry Christmas. We wish you a very Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2024. Thank you.
See you, everybody.